Okay, here I will explain about definition of central government financial report and uh, preparation guidelines. Okay, financial reports are records of financial information of an entity in a certain accounting period that describes performance and accountability. While financial reporting is a broader part, including accounting institution, standards, and regulation. Uh, Preparation guidelines of sector public accounting divided into two types. The first type is PSAK 45 about financial statement of non-profit organizations. This guideline is used by public sector organizations that are not government structure, such as a foundation, NGO, and educational institution. This guideline is used to ensure that the public can see how funds are used according to their social goals. The second type is Government Accounting Standard or SAP, according to Government Regulations number 24 of 205. The standard regulates how income, spending, and financing are reported. This guideline must be followed by all components of the state government to ensure the transparency of the managed budget.
Okay, now I will present about the legal basic and application of the LKPP. Now the legal basic is 1. Law number 17 of 2003 on the state's finance. Number 2 is Article number 30. The President must be submit the accountability for the implementation of the state budget or APBN to the House of Representation in the form of LKPP, audit by BPK, and the last one must be submit no later than 6 months after the fiscal year ends. Now, the content of LKPP is number 1 is budget realization report, number 2 balance sheet, number 3 is cash flow statement, and the last one is note to financial statement. Now we move about the application of LKPP. Number 1 is prepare government financial statement at the end of each fiscal year based on the implementation of the state budget or APBN. Number 2 is submit LKPP to the House of Representation in the DPR after being examined and audit by the Audit Board of Indonesia. Number 3 is present complete, accurate, transparency and accountability financial report in the accord with apply regulation. Number 4 is the provide reliable financial information for evaluation and decision making. Number 5 is demonstrate government responsibility is managing the state finance. And the last one is serve a form of accountability for the implementation of the state budget.
Next, Budget Realization Report. Budget Realization Report is a report that compares the budget with the actual realization of revenue, expenditure, and financing. It is used to assess financing capacity, predict economic research, and identify risks. It also indicates whether budget management has been carried out economically, efficiently, and effectively in accordance with regulation. Next, there are 4 elements of the budget realization report. First, revenue, cash basis, and accrual basis. Second, expenditure, cash basis, and accrual basis. Third, transfer, and the last one is financing.
My name is Tommy Avel Armando with the last 3 digits of NPM is 260. Today I will explain one part of the central government financial statement, which is the government balance sheet. Okay, first, what is a government balance sheet? A government balance sheet is a financial statement that shows government financial position at a specific date. It presents 3 main elements: asset, liability, and equity. This report is important because it helps us understand the overall financial condition of the government. Next, let's talk about the purpose of the main balance sheet is to evaluate the government financial health, show accountability to the public, and support decision making. In the public sector, transparency is very important, so this report helps stakeholders see how resources are managed. Next, why is the balance sheet is important? Because it does only show cash but also resource and obligation. It gives a complete picture of the government financial condition and help assess whether the government can sustain its service in the future. In conclusion, the government balance sheet is a key financial report that shows asset, liability, and equity and plays important role in ensuring accountability, transparency, and better financial management. Now I will explain the main component. The first one is asset. So assets are economic resource owned or controlled by our government. In Indonesia, asset includes like current assets such as asset, cash in the state treasury, tax receivable, and then inventory like medical supplies. There are also non-current assets such as land and buildings, school, government, and something that like Pertamina and PLN. The second component is liabilities. So liabilities are the government obligation or debts. These can be short-term, such as account payable to vendor and subsidy obligation like fuel and electricity subsidies. They can also long-term, such as government bonds or loans from international institutions like the World Bank or Asian Development Bank. The third component, the last, is equity. So equity represents the government net assets, which is difference between total asset and total liabilities. It reflects the overall financial position of the government, including accumulated surplus or deficit from the state of budget. That's all from me. Thank you.
This slide explains what a government cash flow statement is and why it's important. Basically, this report shows how cash move in and out of the government during a certain period. So instead of just showing profit or budget, it focuses on actual cash, what is received and what is spent. Why is this important? Because even if a government has a good budget plan, it still needs enough cash to run daily activity and pay its obligation. This report helps us see whether the government has enough cash to operate smoothly. There are three main parts. First, cash inflow. This is money coming in, mainly from taxes, retribution, and grants. Second, cash outflow. This is money going out like salaries, operational costs, and develop spending. Third, cash balance, which show the cash at the beginning and the end of the period. So from this slide, the key point is this report help us understand the real cash position of the government. Now, this slide explains how cash flow are categorized. There are three types. First, operating activity. There are daily activity like collecting taxes and paying salaries. This part is important because it shows whether the government can support its routine operation. Second, investing activity. This relates to long-term development like building roads, school, or buying asset. If this number is high, it usually means the government is focusing on development. Third, financing activity. This is about how the government gets additional funds, for example, through loans, and how it pay them back. This helps us understand whether the government relies on external funding or not. So overall, this classification helps us see where the cash comes from and how it is used in different functions. This slide explains why this report is useful. The main objective is to show the government ability to generate and manage cash. It also helps in planning and controlling the budget because cash is the most critical resource in running government activity. The benefits are for several parties. The government use it to make better financial decisions. Parliament use it to monitor and evaluate performance. The public can see it as a form of transparency, and auditor use it to check accountability. In conclusion, the cash flow statement is very important because it shows the real financial condition in terms of cash. It helps ensure that the government can operate properly, manage its finance well, and stay accountable to the public.
Okay, next I will describe about the notes to the financial statement or CALK. Notes the financial statement
are a section of the financial statement that contain detailed explanation, additional information, and breakdowns of the figures presented in the main statement, such as the balance sheet, budget realization statement, and cash flow statement. And notes the financial statement include information about the accounting policy used by the reporting entity and other information that is required and recommended to be disclosed in accordance with government accounting standard, with the necessary expressions to produce a fair presentation of the statement. Next, I will describe about the notes. The financial statement include the first one, information regarding fiscal or financial policy, microeconomic assessment of target in the state budget law or regional budget regulation, and countries and obstacle encountered in achieving this target. 2. An overview of financial performance during the reporting year. And 3. Basic information on the preparation of the financial statement and the accounting policies select and applied to transaction and other significant events. For information required by a government accounting standard that has not yet been presented in the financial statement. 5. Information on asset and liability items arising in connection with the application of the accrual basis for revenue and expenditure and the reconciliation of the application of cash. 6. Additional information required for the fair representation of the financial statement. And the last, material component and purpose. Component of the notes to financial statement. The first one, accounting policy. And accounting policy, these are the accounting methods used to measure and report asset, liability, revenue, and expenses in a company. 2. Estimate and valuation. These are estimates made by the company regarding the value of asset, liability, future revenue, or expense that might impact the financial statement. 3. Significant transaction and event. This relates to transaction or event that impact the financial statement, including significant policy change. 4. Risk and accounting keys. This contain information about the risk faced by the company, including financial, operational, or legal risks that could affect future financial results. 5. Related party information. This includes information about transaction or relationship with related parties, such as directors, major stakeholders, or affiliated company. And the purpose of notes to financial statement. Number 1, to increase transparency and reliability, to help clarify and reduce uncertainty regarding assessment and events that influence readers' confidence. 2. To explain accounting policies. And accounting policies influence the measurement and reporting of a company financial performance. 3. To disclose risks and uncertainties, to help readers understand potential treatments of change that could affect future financial performance. And next, to comply with financial reporting and regulation. The information presented in the notes to financial statement helps companies report more responsibly and ensure compliance with accounting principles.
Users of Central Government Financial Report. According to Government Regulation Number 71st of 2010, there are 4 main groups. First is the public, who are legitimate owners of the fund managed by the government. They use the report to evaluate the government performance and transparency. Second, we have representative and oversight bodies like MPR and BPKP. We use it to monitor and review the national budget execution. Third, we have donors and investors. Relying this report to assess Indonesia's fiscal health before deciding to invest or provide loans. And lastly, the government itself use it as a basis for managerial decision making and strategic planning. Now let's moving on to the 5 strategic goals of central government financial report. First, accountability. It serves as a formal report to justify how the government has managed public resources and implement its policies. Management. It acts as an internal control tool to help the government plan and manage asset, liabilities, and equity for more effectively. Transparency. It provides honest and open financial information to fulfill the public's right to know how their funds are being used. And then next point is intergenerational equity. It ensures that current government spending is adequately funded so that it doesn't becomes a financial burden for the future generation. And last point is performance evaluation. It is used to assess whether the government has efficiently achieved its targets according to the national financial plan. So beyond its objective, it performs for strategic function for national financial governance. Accountability function. It implements transparency by using the Indonesian accounting standard or SAP to process transaction into relevant financial report. And then decision making function. It provides high quality financial information that is reliable and free from material misstatement to guide the government and the public in making right decision. Evaluative function. It assesses government performance through four dimensions like financial viability, fiscal compliance, management efficiency, and the cost of service parts. Last one, we have external oversight function. It serves as the object of audit by the BPK to ensure the fairness of financial statement and compliance with regulation, as evidenced by the consistent unqualified opinion.